This is Wright Brennan, and today we are lost in the Midlands with my friend Lori Wicker. We are at the Celebrate Freedom Foundation headquarters. Thanks so much for having us. Lori is the director of STEM education and JROTC programs here. She's also a personal friend and a networking titan. So it's a pleasure to have you on, and thanks again.
Thank you. Everybody can see what we're doing.
So the students and the veterans come in, they help restore these awesome helicopters,
Yes.
battle helicopters.
Yes,
And then it sounds like you'll fly them into schools.
we do. Fort Mill High School is our next coming up one. It's in October, as long as we get past the coronavirus. Maggie, right back here, will actually be flying in and landing on their football field.
Very cool.
And we can land into the schools, and I know this sounds really weird, but when you hear you start feeling it. You start going, what is that? Every kid will come out and they're like, what? Now we do have some schools that we go to that will trailer them in.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper to trailer it in than it is to fly it in. But we always ask one of our math questions. It goes 170 knots, so that's how fast it goes.
Okay.
It holds 260 gallons of jet fuel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2 gallons a minute. So it's really bad on gas.
So you don't go joyriding.
No, we don't go
Got a
joyriding.
real purpose when you're burning that gas. Okay.
Exactly. So that's one of the questions that we ask. We're like, well, how long can you fly? And now, if you don't know the difference between latitude and longitude, you'll never get it off the ground. And you can't sit there and figure it out with the calculator. You have to know these things.
Yeah.
You've got to know where you're going, because are you going to have to stop to go get gas? The wind condition.
Yep.
Because if you have strong wind, you're going to use more energy. You're going to use more power. You're going to use things. And so every time a teacher comes out, we ask them, what class are you?
Yeah.
What is Newton's third law? Every reaction, there is a
Reaction.
reaction. And that's the helicopter.
Okay.
Because this blade there is turning, and if it wasn't for the blade in the back, the helicopter would be turning in the opposite direction. So you have the stabilizer on the back to maintain it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
See, it's one of those, it's like, what? And if you go too high up in the atmosphere, what will happen?
I don't know. I guess something bad will happen.
You'll pass out, like Top Gun. You know
Okay.
how they have to have the oxygen?
Yeah.
So you have to know how high you are off the ground. So you have to know how to read the meters, the machines and stuff inside.
I want to real quick highlight one of your skills in networking,
Okay.
that you're a master networker. And tell me about this operational machine over here.
Our gyrocopter, our little mini-me.
Looks like something out of the space.
The Jetsons?
The Jetsons, yeah.
Yes. It was brought to our attention that a gentleman up north was wanting to donate it to us. And so I talked with him and we carried on the conversation, and a week later he says, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing with the military. I like what you're doing with the kids. He says, I'm going to give this to you for your STEM education program. And this past Tuesday, we actually ran her up for the second time since we've gotten her. So she is highly functioned. She has 19 hours on her. She is...
Wow, pretty slick.
Yeah, it's amazing. And she's German made, but she is one of the latest things here in the United States. And they say this is the wave of the future. And So I've got 2 pilots who are learning how to maintain and fly her now.
Okay.
And so we have our older girls, and Maggie is our, I didn't even say that either, did I? Maggie's our 1980s baby. She was in Grenada with the Marines. Kathy is our 85, and she was a transporter. She's the one, Maggie's one of them that got in there first to clear the way, and then Kathy would get all the troops in and get the troops out.
Yeah, wow.
You know, like you see like on MASH and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then we have this one here now is the future of aerospace.
Yeah.
And yes, she's amazing. But we're thinking about calling her Minnie Mouse because she's so
like
little.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of that one. And I'm so blessed with him that actually donated it to us. And he said, I said, do you want me to tell the world about you? And he goes, I know what I've done. He said, this is for the kids.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we plan to get her going to schools as well, and talking to the kids, because that don't get you questioning. Like, is it a submarine? Is it a boat? Is it a plane? Because it's just one joystick.
It looks like a whole lot of fun for someone who can fly a helicopter.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Yeah. That's one of our girls.
Well, there was another story that you heard part of where you had some sort of encounter with the Blue Angels. Is that correct? Please tell.
Well, we were at an air show, and with Caroline, and just a little side note, you hear me say the naming of all the aircrafts. All our girls are named after strong women, and we got that idea from the World War II era, where they would name them after their sweethearts and their loved ones, because that was their tradition. So all of our aircrafts are named after women. Some kind of role model, some kind of female figure that has actually done something to better ourselves. But Caroline, we were taking off at the air show, leaving the air show, and they were all lined up, the Blue Angels and stuff, and me and one of our pilots, one of our veterans, Roger Long, wonderful veteran, who still flies and everything like this. So I get in the back seat, he gets in the front, he's the main pilot, and he says, all right, Lori, let's go. And I was like, okay. And I was like, sure, I don't have no clue what I'm doing with my helmet on that says crazy. So I actually took control of it, because we're already flying in the air and doing like this. And he comes across the radio and he says, okay, keep her steady. We've got people coming. And I'm like, okay. And sure enough, the Blue Angels flew around us. One flipped upside down, just waved at us, and they took off. Because apparently I go slower than them. I was so nervous, now I will tell you that I was videoing it live. But when he says stay steady, I put the phone down.
Yeah, that was a good move.
I know. I'm really going, okay, I got this. And so I have flown her with my assistant, with the main pilot. He helped me, he guided me. And that's one thing else is our veterans, they're so willing to, if you're willing to learn, they're so willing to teach. You know, and like I say this all the time, our veterans, they have forgotten more stuff than I'll ever know. It's a great honor to work with them. It's one of those things that you just like, you know, you are giving that opportunity to work with our past, our present, and our future, all into the same society. And with a big issue, and I apologize, I'm not going to cry when I say this, but one of one of my stories that I love to tell, especially about our veterans, is we had a veteran come in, and I'm not going to give names, and most of if anybody ever sees this, so those who know him know him. He came in looking for his unit because he wanted to tell his family, his grandkids, who he was, because his kids, yeah, Dad, I got you. You're military, I got you, and he wanted to let his kids know his grandkids, who he was. Not who he is now, but who he was.
Right.
And he couldn't find anything. And because of our ties with the community and stuff, they're like, go out to celebrate freedom. They may know something. And I was like, okay. Well, I met him. And it was one of those days when I was about to close up and everything like this. And I said, I'll find you information. He said, do you have anything tonight before I go to bed tonight? And I was like, I can't guarantee anything tonight. Can you come back on Thursday?
Yeah.
And he said, I really, really need it before the day's over. I was like, I can't help you. I said, I will find this information. Well, he came back Thursday. And I had information because I pulled some of my other guys, and I was like, all right, I need you to help me find this information for this guy. I feel in my heart I need to find this information. And he said, you actually did find information. I said, yeah, I found a book with your name in it. That you were in here. This is you. This is what you can give your grandkids to show who you were, what you did. And he's like, thank you. And he goes, how can I help? Kind of thing. And I was like, well, what can you do? I said, I know what you did. Can you do it some more? And so he actually started helping.
Yeah.
Now I said, when he first came in, he had a back brace on. He walked with a cane. He walked with leg braces because the physical therapy, he'd given up. He'd honestly just given up. He was tired. But saw this, gave him thing. He said, you don't want me. And I was like, yes, I do. I need you.
Yeah.
We need you. So we have this, and now fast forward a year later, he's working hand by hand, training kids, students, working with Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, going to schools with me when he can. His wife will call me and say, hey, when are y'all going to back up? Because I need him out the house. And he told me, he goes, all right, I was going to be one of those 22s. And I'm like, what? And he goes, that night that I came to you, I had already quit all of my physical therapy. I had been saving medicine, and I was going to. He said I was going to go to sleep and not wake up. He said, but you wanted me. I was important to you. And that's the reason why we are here. That is one of the main reasons why we are here, is for our veterans, because there's so many of them that the medical society and stuff will just say, okay, here's your money, take it, go, and leave us alone. But there's so much more to give. And I know that's, if you've never been in that situation, it's one of those hopeless moments. What I would, for celebrate, and everybody always asks, what can they do for us?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
absolutely.
And if you know anybody that needs us, come on. If you want to donate in honor of or in memory of, if you want to go do an honorable donation, you can go to our website, which is www.gocff.org. and we have a donation spot there. You could donate for JRTC, whatever your heart is in there. You can say, I would like to buy lunches for our veterans. Celebrate Freedom Foundation is a 501c3.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
We have been on the South Carolina Angel list for South Carolina, and we have been recognized by the governor. We have even been recognized by the president, Obama, and Trump. Excuse me, President Trump himself. So they know who we are.
Yeah.
We because of our aircrafts, this is something really cool, that we are actually mentioned at the Pentagon to say, okay, Celebrate Freedom, that little company down there in South Carolina, still has 5 helicopters, and this is what they're up to this week, kind of thing. And but you can, even if you want to like, put us in your wheel. I know that sounds really weird, but we actually had one of our planes that we had was donated to us by a widow. She had no need for a helicopter or plane or anything, and she donated the plane to us.
Wow.
And donated some of the sewing machine that I told you about.
Yeah.
It came from her hangar. So we would love any kind of sponsor.
If let me ask you this: if somebody's interested in donating, can they come take a tour of the facility?
Oh, yes.
So I highly encourage anybody who is at all interested to come check this place out. I mean, it is really top tier. The stuff here is just so cool.
Yep.
And you know, we'll make sure we have a link if anybody's interested in donating to right to you guys.
Right. Because of the Corona-19 right now, we are doing 5 appointments because we have to stay socially distance-wise and maintaining it and everything like this. But yes, if you're interested in coming out and looking, our website actually has a whole bunch of like the history of us. Like I said, we've been around since 1999, so we are established for our area.
Absolutely, yeah. No, this is a high performing operation that you're running here. And thanks so much for all the work you do with everybody in the community. It seems like you really reach out to everybody, not just the veterans, but the students and the
Well, we're all
businesses.
here for a family. So, yeah, we're all a family and we're all here together.
Very cool. Well, thanks again, Lori. And, we really appreciate you being on our show. Thank you.